Hello, 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 hello. Okay, guys, hello. Honestly, I could have tried to clean up a little bit better in the back, but honestly, there's been a game after another game after another game, um, a hangout after another hangout, and I'm not gonna say no to any of it. Damn, kind of look a little bit cross-eyed. Hold on, give me a moment. Actually, okay. Let me. Hello. I was just saying I should have cleaned a little bit better behind me, but honestly, I've just been going out a lot and I haven't had time to clean my room, and I'm going out today as well. Like, hello. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh my god, like honestly, like I've never been into like watching games at all, but just like I don't know, like just seeing people like hype the fuck up, like it's so lit. Like yesterday I watched the game. Honestly, I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but it's just like so fun to see people like rep their country and just feel like really excited and like really happy. And it's what I really need right now. Um, Honestly, it's what I need every day, forever, for the rest of my life. It's just happy moments, because I'm constantly like in a state of like, when is this gonna get really bad? You know what I mean? So I usually start with song recommendations, but honestly, I don't think I've listened to anything new, but I can take a look. Yeah, I don't. There's definitely not any like kind of new songs. I did say I would share my other playlist, but I can't remember what playlist I haven't shared. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was like the sadder. I think so. Okay, so I'll share my like sad, not really sad, but like whenever I feel like melancholy or just like really reminiscing or like feel very nostalgic, I'll listen to my playlist. I just called it. I won't tell you what I called it. I listened to Tears Dry, the original version by Amy Winehouse. I don't know why I said it like that. Amy Winehouse. It's also really hot in here, but I didn't want to leave the AC on because it makes a little bit of noise. I'd Have You Anytime by George Harrison, Reflections of My Life by Marmalade, As the World Falls Down by David Bowie, Guitar Man by Bread, Starman, David Bowie, The End of the World, Brenda Lee. Oh, it's about to play. Goodbye to Love by the Carpenters, Feelings by Morris Albert, Superstar by the Carpenters, Run to Me by Bee Gees. Also, I'm sorry, like in my last video, I kept saying Bee Gees. I always say that, and like people always correct me, and I'm never gonna get it right. And just like, honestly, just let people live. Like, I tell my friends all the time because my friends are like big on correcting people, and like all of my friends are always correcting me, and they get a real cackle. And I tell them all the time, like that actually bothers me so much. But that's because like I used to get like heavily bullied in high school about like everything all the time. So like it really like just triggers me. Like I just get so mad when people like correct me. So don't correct me. But I'm gonna correct myself, so it's okay. Yeah, I say BGs all the time. It's not BGs. I know that. But also I changed out my piercing. I used to have the spikes, but I got the bald one, or I don't know. Because I was taking a shower one night and it just fell off. I don't know what happened, honestly. So I had to like get it changed the day after. If not, I was like scared it was gonna close. And literally it was closing because she had to like push it through. And it was so painful. Anyway, Run to Me by Bee Gees. That one's like so good. I don't know if I feel like I've shared that before, that song. Damn, it's like really hot. I might have to turn on the AC again. Hold on. Okay, I said Run to Me, Yesterday Once More by Carpenters as well, Arthur's Theme by Christopher Cross, Close to You by Carpenters, What It Is by Amy Winehouse, After Love Has Gone, Earth, Wind and Fire, uh, La 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 Means I Love You by the Phonics. That like literally sends like spirals, like makes me spiral like all the time. So sometimes I'm like, maybe I should skip that one. Will I See You Again? The Sacred Souls, It's Too Late, Carol King, Baby I'ma Want You by Bread. I'm gonna run through these because I have a lot of sad songs. Okay, I started a joke by Bee Gees. Yo, that song since high school made me like, you know, Everything I Own, Bread, How Can You Mend a Broken Heart by Bee Gees, Alone Again. I'm just gonna say the name of the songs, and you guys know who sings it. So, Can't Smile Without You, Telephone Line, Year of the Cat, Love Is Gone, Nobody Nobody's Clown, Judy, Mr. Magic, For You. So yeah, that's kind of like the playlist I like play when I don't really feel like. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like any of that. Whatever. That's kind of like the playlist I play when I kind of feel like mm, a little bit not really sad anymore. Honestly, like I used to deal with like a lot of heartbreak for like the longest time ever, but I finally can fully say like can confidently say I've moved on. I've moved on from all of my heartbreaks in the past. I've moved on. I've let things go. I don't feel anything. I don't feel any kind of way. I mean, I still like feel a lot of like hate and remorse sometimes. But I think that's pretty normal for someone with BPD. I think that like I experienced a lot of betrayal and like yeah, I have a lot of trust issues again. Like so I feel like I'm kind of gonna hate you a little bit. You know what I mean? Like a little bit. So that's kind of like the playlist I play a little bit when I'm like struggling with those feelings. Whenever I like am like trying something new and I'm like, oh, like I'm scared, you know. But yeah, I've been pretty good with honestly like I honestly don't have anything kind of planned for today. I kind of just hit record. Um, but I mean, I could talk about BPD like a little bit more, just because honestly, that's kind of something I haven't been struggling with much. I've been practicing a lot of like uh, reteaching, I guess, or like I don't know how to say it honestly, and I'm honestly gonna fix my. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit of a mess. Yeah, like that's on it. Like a couple for a very long time, BPD is something like I struggled with a lot, and I think I'm always gonna struggle with forever because of my broken relationships and like, hold on. And don't get me wrong, like I get in my head a lot about a lot of things all the time, but I feel like I'm able to like kind of talk myself through my feelings and my anxieties a lot better than I ever did ever in my life. Because I know it's for the best for myself. Honestly, I used to do it. I feel like I used to practice a lot and like teach myself coping skills and like all these things to be better for my partner or be there for my partner. Like I swear, like forever. Oh, long time I did therapy, I did medication, I did like so many things to better myself and like relationships that I've been. Um, Whereas now I'm like doing things to better myself for myself, and it's taken like a whole different meaning, and it honestly feels so much better. It honestly makes me feel like more motivated because I've been in relationships where people like don't better themselves, don't change themselves. And it's not like I need them to change for me, but it's like if you're in a relationship, you have to be committed to be good to each other, and sometimes that requires change and like teaching yourself and like doing things to better yourself, because if you're not like your best version or whatever, you're not a good partner. You just and I felt like I did so much to be there for people, and it just took a toll on me mentally. So yeah, like I feel like now I've practiced a lot and changed a lot for myself, and yeah, I feel like BPD isn't something that I struggle with as much as I used to. I feel like now it's more of depression. Hold on, let me text my friend. Okay. So yeah, like something about okay. So these are my notes that I've had on my phone about BPD and kind of like abandonment and suffering and like pain. Experiencing disappointment, suffering, young, didn't want to anymore, but accept that I will now. No one's promised I wouldn't anymore. Yeah, I actually spoke to this with my friend one time. I feel like um, if you're someone who's experienced abandonment or like trauma or like just horrible, like a horrible upbringing, and you've had to like unlearn all these things, and I complain about this all the time where I'm just like I'm so tired of having to unlearn so much and like having to be there for myself about things that I didn't cause, like I didn't do to myself, you know? Um, I don't know, like I think it played in my like in my head. It kind of made me feel like, you know, I always play the role of a victim, and it's just like I'm it makes me sad that I went through so much and that life is still treating me pretty bad and that I'm still having a really hard time. And because life was so hard on me, I now have like a lot of issues and that I have to deal with. And now it makes my life now, whether it be good or bad, it makes it so much more hard to deal with. Like I said, whether it be good or bad, and sometimes it is really bad. Um, but I feel like learning through other people, like, and not even like people I know in person, but just like learning through people online, like the more you come to terms with the fact that life is just going to have its ups and downs, and like it's just going to be hard sometimes, you kind of get out of that like mentality that like life has been so hard on me. Why is it so hard on me? And I feel like when you have that mentality, you're so much more um like you're for sure going to want to give up more if you have that mentality of like life has been so hard on me, like it's gonna keep being hard on me, and I don't have the strength and I don't have the power, rather than if you just accept the fact that life is hard sometimes and there's a lot more obstacles to come and you have to learn to be strong for yourself, you know? I feel like for a really long time I'm like, why has like like why is like seeking love like been so like hard, and like I don't know, just like stuff like that. Like I don't know, like I've had such bad luck in certain areas of my life, and like I feel like when I started to just see it as like, you know, life is just hard for everyone. It's not just me. It's just it's life is just hard. And if I just come to terms with the fact that like this is not just it, like there's gonna be more to come, and I just need to learn to how to um deal with or like kind of just regulate myself, how to know myself better, like how to, you know, if I'm feeling sad, how to make myself happy. Like if I learn all these things about myself, it is going to be so much easier to deal with like the hardships. So I know like that sounds like really sucky to say like, you know, life is going to be just hard, but it just is. Okay. mm. Oh, needing proof of love constantly tiring. Yeah. When I'm in a relationship, and this is all like I said, these are all like things I think about when it comes to BPD and relationships, and why like I'm so hesitant to date, because like these are like all things about like just being self-aware, you know? I feel like when I'm with someone romantically, like I need the constant like reassurance, and I think for a really long time I just assumed that I was really like tiring. And I feel like there's so much like stigma around dating someone with BPD, and that is like, you know, there just is. Like literally you search up like BPD in relationships and it's like stay away, stay away. And for a really long time I just convinced myself like, yeah, I'm like impossible to date. I'm like the worst person to date. Um because of like all these symptoms and like da 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 da. Um But no, I think it's like goes hand in hand, and I've learned that like I've done very very well in relationships. Like I said, I've taught myself, I've unlearned a lot of things in my last relationship. Um, but it takes two people to like move forward. You know, you can't be the only one to like uh help the other. You know what I mean? So I'm lucky that like my therapist kind of always like reminds me of that, because I'm just like, well, the last relationship sucked and I tried so hard. Like I used to cry so much, and I was like, I was like, I tried so hard and it still failed. Like, so I'm just not cut out for this. And she's like, no, like you did very well, but it takes two people to like, you know, she's like, you were kind of like the only one, you know, like, or like, and I was like, okay. I did actually, I did very well. So I do give myself props for that. I think I did that one. I did that one too. Okay. All right. So I guess I don't really have much more than that. But what was I gonna say? Ugh, a little burpy. Um. Uh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think because I've gotten to a point where my BPD symptoms were so bad, and I just let myself kind of go and just like let myself give in to a lot of those symptoms. Like, I know how bad it can get, but I also know how much control I have, and how much I can learn and teach myself. And I think that's really a really important message to share when it comes to BPD, because literally, like when I was first diagnosed with BPD, like anytime I searched up anything, it was like people basically just like saying like there is no control, and yes, it's like a thing that you try so hard, and you have no control over your actions, what you say, what you think, what you do. Like, it's like literally, I think about all the things that I've said and that I've done, and they don't seem like something that I would do, and it kind of like scares you sometimes. But like I said, I can recognize that like I've gotten to a point where I let myself like just kind of like give into all those symptoms, and I can recognize when I can like take control, or like when I've used like coping mechanisms that I've like taught myself, and I can, it's like black and white to me. It's like I do have control over it, and I feel like once you get to practicing and once you get to like learning and you actually put it into practice, I don't know if I said that, you can actually be like, wow, I actually am doing better, and it gives you more motivation to do that. I can like proudly say that I can, have relationships, and yeah, relationships with people, and like friendships, and I mean like friendships and like those kinds of relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic always, guys. That I can confidently say that I can have relationships where I can like go through my thoughts, my feelings, process them, take a step back. Like, I can actually do that now. I don't always have to just like say or do and like regret after. There's definitely like, if there's definitely um there's definitely hope. And it's really hard, especially like with me. Like, I have so many other issues like anxiety and PTSD, and like, so like a lot of things play into it. But I don't know, I feel like knowing that and like looking things like in a bigger picture, like when I talk to my friends about my experiences like with like relationships, and I'm like, and I tell them like word for word what has been said to me, what has been done to me, just experiences, like, and I tell them like this is what I've experienced, this is what's been told to me, like this is like all these things that I've been through, and they're like, how did you not go insane? Like, how did you not lose your shit? And it's like, wow, no, actually, like I handled that so well. And it kind of just does give me like a bit of like reassurance. I don't know, like I'm like, okay, I'm changing, I'm like growing, so yeah, there's like a little bit of like a, I don't know, I'm happy that I can like talk about it now and not be like completely triggered by it. But yeah, I guess it's like a BPD video. I don't have any other topics. Today Mexico's playing. They have been doing okay, but I'm very confident that they're gonna win today. I'm really excited to get drunk, and I've been doing very well mentally. I did really bad. I'm not gonna lie, I did very bad. Like a couple weeks ago, I did so bad. I got really bad news in my family, and I smoked cigarettes like no one's business, like no one's business. And okay, this is okay. This is a message to everyone. I'm telling you today. I'm just like sharing knowledge with you guys. So basically, this is my thought process. I had bad news in my family, and I did not know how to cope. I was thinking the worst of the worst. I was thinking such a bad things. Um, so I was like, if I can't do hard drugs and if I can't abuse like alcohol, I need to, I need to just smoke cigarettes. I was doing like a pack a day. Not, don't do that, guys. I mean, obviously, I don't have to say that, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes it helps when someone can just say that. It definitely made my anxiety worse. It made me so sleepy, so drowsy. It made me nauseous. My head felt like in a constant high. I didn't feel like a real person. And on top of that, I was like medicated heavily because I was so depressed. I was so anxious. So yeah, there was this one night or this one day I had like been out really late the night before, and I had been like smoking like cigarettes left and right, left and right, left and right. And then, like I told you, I was heavily medicated because I was so depressed. I woke up late the day after, and I had to get my tires changed, and my dad was outside waiting for me. I like ran downstairs like, ugh, like messed up. You would think I was like, I don't know. I was not well. And I like twisted my ankle and slammed, like body slammed onto the pavement. And like I like hit myself so hard that like I got up and like I fell back down. Yeah, it's been, I'm like over here like I'm doing so well. No, I was doing so bad. So bad. And again, my friends picked me up. Love my friends. I love my friends so much. They were there for me all throughout the way. Um, I honestly, I love them so much. But yeah, I feel so much better now. Um, we're kind of figuring things out in my family. Hopefully, everything goes well. But if not, I know I have support. I know I have love and care, and that's really important to me. And it's very much appreciated. And yeah, sometimes you just gotta remember there's like support out there. Um, and please ask for it. You know, I feel like for a really long time, it's really hard to ask for it when you've handled things on your own for so long. But it's really important that you ask for it when you really need it. But yeah, I feel really good now, and I'm feeling really good. I definitely think Mexico's winning, and I'm gonna no, Mexico's winning, and Mexico's winning. So let's go.